Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON TV Channel 9 and on radio at V99.3, Sports Radio 103.5 and Y92.5. Support your favorite local teams and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, the law offices of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Aero Auto Glass. Now let's go live to your host, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
It's another Monday night in Richmond here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you, and a lot of big local sports news to get to. And
a lot
today. This is a record for you. 2 shows in a row without a trip in between. I'm proud of you.
For a while, yeah. Especially like December and January.
Yeah. But hey, listen, this is what, it's that time the weather today, can we get more of that, please? Maybe like 10 degrees warmer.
You know
I'll
that
take
February is usually our worst
it
month.
Is.
I have a feeling it's coming. This is just a tease.
A tease of what we're going to get, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Baseball is getting ready to start.
It is.
It always starts in the middle of February, so I'm excited. I'm anxious to talk to the EKU baseball coaches.
That'll be right around the corner as well.
Absolutely
and one thing we haven't really touched on lately or recently is bowling. And
that's right.
And you've got 2 really good teams in the county. It's a good time to kind of touch on that. We've got the Madison Southern Eagles bowling team here with Coach Martin. And first of all, Coach, congratulations. A great week for you all last week. And now you're heading to the state tournament. First of all, kind of break down how things went for you all, because you all were the 7th seed going into the championship bracket. And I know teams around here, you think a lot about like the Lexington schools, but the regions are different for bowling, and you think about swimming, which took place this weekend too. So talk about kind of what the region kind of looked like, and how you all ended up coming up and going on to the state tournament.
Well, we're in the biggest region for bowling in the state.
Oh, wow.
There's
okay.
19 teams in there.
You're good. I'm telling him to come forward. I want to be able to see them.
We have 19 teams in there.
You come on forward.
And, we kind of been going pretty good because we actually won an invitational tournament a couple weeks before this region tournament. That's a lot of teams.
Yeah.
We qualified 7th, but we were only 70 points out of first, 49 out of second. So,
okay.
We get another strike or a spare here and there, and we're second. But it was great how it ended up. Bull County's kind of like the powerhouse there, in bowling. They kind of live there. Their coach actually owns the bowling alley, the Dale Bolorama.
Okay.
So, good guy. But we ended up beating them to get here, to get the state. So that worked out pretty well.
That's pretty impressive, too, because anytime you can beat the number 1 team, very impressive.
Well, Coach, talk to us about, a lot of people, they just bowl for fun. You go to the bowling alley and let's just go. And, it's non-stressful. But now, obviously, you guys are doing this as a sport. Tell people that don't understand the differences and how much you guys practice when your season starts and how much effort and talent you guys really have into this team.
Well, we practice at Galaxy Bowling Lanes, or Galaxy Bowling. Bowling's a really growing sport.
Yeah.
We practice from 4:30 to 6, and it's really hard because if you ever go out there like on a weeknight or a weekend or whatever, it's packed.
Yeah.
So Galaxy helps us out and gives us lanes. Gives us most of everything that we want. They do a good job out there for us. When we play our matches there, and we go to here and there, like I said, Montgomery County and places like that. A match consists of, first off, 4-on-4, and like we have 4-on-1 lane, and the other team will have 4-on-1 lane, and then do the same for another lane, and then you count the top 3, and that counts as points, and that's how we qualified last week. That's how we qualified 7th. And then you play what's called a Baker game. All right, for instance, like one player will bowl the first frame and the 6th frame, so it kind of rotates like that. Like Trevor here, he bowled the first game and the 6 games. Or the first frame and the 6 frames last week, and we go on through there.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah,
it's called a Baker game.
I've never heard of that Baker game before. Now, but Trevor, you talked about it too. So for you guys to kind of be an underdog going into this thing, what were the thoughts among you guys as you all were getting ready to go play this tournament, and what did it feel like whenever you realized, hey, we're going to the state tournament?
Our thoughts going in were mostly do our best and make it to state is what everyone wanted. And then when we found out, we were all excited and we were wanting to win the regionals on the process. But we ended up having a tiebreaker in the end for the final match, and we lost that.
So you finished second. So the top two teams, right, go on to the state tournament.
Yes, sir.
So it'll be you all, and will Boyle County be the other team?
No, Montgomery County.
Montgomery County. Okay, and then Montgomery County was below one spot. They were fourth. So the fourth and seventh place going on. So in bowling, I mean, is there, in basketball you can watch film, in football you can watch film. How do you prepare in a big tournament like this? How do you prepare, mentally? How do you prepare for going out there and knowing who's bowling which, the 1 and the 6 or the 2 and the?
Because
How
it
do you
is
guys
a team
decide
sport,
that? Exactly.
but yet it's still very individual.
Can you answer that for us? Like, well, what do you all do to prepare other than just going out there and knocking down the pins?
We try to be as versatile as possible in our bowling styles, and so what I mean by that is depending on what oil they put on the lane, your ball will react differently, and so we try to practice different ways of bowling so that we can remain doing our best, no matter how we have to bowl.
There's different oils you can put. So that's why I've never done good, because I've been with the wrong oil on my lane. That's why I don't do
You're
good.
not doing good because when you go to bowl, you'd rather sing karaoke.
That's true. I do end up in the karaoke lane singing that.
He
But
does. He's like, I'm done with bowling. I'm going to sing.
so with the state tournament, how will that look for you guys, and where will that take place?
It'll be at the Strike and Spare in Louisville.
Okay.
It's down there close to where they used to have the state football championships, and close to Cardinal Stadium. It's not. It's pretty nice. It is. It's a nice place, and we actually have to be there at 7:00 Monday morning.
Oh wow! So that's next Monday, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. So we'll go in there, and then it'll just work just like the region tournament. We will qualify, and then we'll play.
Talk about the guys you got behind you here, and kind of run down your team, because I mean, obviously you've got a good group of guys here. You've got Trevor, and you want to go down the line and kind of introduce everybody.
Hey, this is Trevor Bradley. He's been with us for a while. I've had him for what, third or fourth year?
5th year.
Huh?
5th year.
5th year.
There you go.
Wow, time flies.
It goes
doesn't
by
It
fast.
does go by
Wow,
fast.
I've had just about his whole family at the bowling alley at one point or another. This is Ammon Romney. This is his first year playing. Hope he's enjoyed it.
And what year? What year are you?
I'm a senior.
Senior. You're senior too,
Both these guys
Trevor?
are
Yes.
seniors. This is Evan Beach. Evan has been with us for quite a while. This is Tyler. Tyler, say your last time. I can never say it. Yeah, I had a sister in advisory. Couldn't say it then either. All right. And then we got these three guys here. They're sophomores. You got Ben Short here. He's laughing. He's wanting to say something silly, I'm sure. All right. And then we have Gavin Boggs. These guys here generally bowl our 4, 9, 5, 10, kind of like the anchor. They do our last bowling.
Okay.
Like they kind of finish. They're kind of like the anchor. Kind of like in track, we have a relay.
Yeah.
He's kind of like our Gavin. Here's kind of like our anchor. And then we got Gunnar Bustos here, who I'm sure is wanting to say something. So
Do you need the mic, or you got something you want to say?
See, I was trying to get him to scoot up some so that
This is
we
the-
could see him better.
This is probably the
He's
first
hiding
time.
back there.
This is probably the first time Gunnar has not had a question or something to say in his entire life.
Well, he had a
Okay.
question even before we started the show.
Yeah, he was asking
so,
about
you
the
know.
car behind us.
Yes, Gunnar's only allowed 2 questions per practice. Okay. Question box.
All right. Well, we need to have a suggestion box at the end of practice. You can just have him drop his questions in. And,
No, that's going down.
You know what it does seem
I don't
like,
need that in my
Coach? They get along really well, this team. Talk to us about that and how important it is mentally, because they got to get along with each other to be able to support one another and do the rest. Obviously, you've got some leaders on the team.
Yeah, they all seem to get along really well. Seem to like each other. I don't know. Any of you guys want to say something about that?
No.
Somebody talk to us.
Now, give the mic to Gavin there. I mean, I know he's a Boggs. He's
talker.
always got something to say.
I mean-
Who's the best bowler in the Boggs family?
Oh, definitely me.
You? Okay. All right. I know Jamie would probably agree with that. But when you guys are out there, so when you're out there playing, what do you do when you're not bowling the ball down the lane? So are you over there just kind of focusing? Are you looking at your scores? What are you doing as you're watching your teammates bowl the ball down the lane?
Goofing off most of the time,
Okay.
honestly.
It keeps you loose, though, right?
Yeah.
That keeps you loose.
Yeah,
You know,
I
you
just have fun.
got to stay focused, and I think whenever you look at the sport, Coach talked about it growing. Obviously, you get together with friends and family, but if you go over to Galaxy, as Coach said, I mean, every single, I think there's a couple of different leagues over there. And it is
busy.
always packed.
Yeah.
And pass it over here to my guy. Yeah. So, what's your favorite thing about being a part of this team?
Probably just the atmosphere. I'll be honest. It's bowling with these guys is pretty fun. It's whenever we can, I guess, whenever the time starts to get serious, we actually show that we can bowl good and not goof around whenever the time's right.
Trevor, the difference in this sport as opposed to basketball or football, you've got a whole team out there, and obviously you guys have a team, but whenever you're doing your thing, it's just you and the ball and the pins. So does that add any pressure to you, knowing that everybody that's in the match or surrounding that one particular match is got their eyes on you and you're out there bowling?
Yeah, it has quite a bit of pressure on you, but most of the time when we're off it, we're goofing off, so that relieves all that pressure from us, and we can just distract ourselves and then focus on just bowling and having fun.
All right. So whenever you're out there, too, do you have anything that – talked about the goofing off, but is there one particular thing that you guys do while your teammate is bowling? I mean, or do you just kind of have different things that you kind of pass the time by?
All of us sort of do like different things, but we all like joke around and, mess with each other a little bit. And it helps like relieve the pressure, like Trevor said. And it also sort of makes it easier for us once we get up there, because once we get up there, we're all loose, we're all ready to go. Because in bowling, it's actually very important to be loose with how you're bowling, because if you try to muscle it down the lane, it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's what I do, and then it never works. I might knock over
Goes
3 pins.
into the gutter.
Yeah.
All
So
right, I got a really quick question too. This is like bowling 101. Is there a required weight to the ball that you guys have to use when bowling? No, every one of them can use whichever pounds they want?
Yeah, we can use whatever poundage we want, all the way up to 16 pounds.
Okay.
any of you guys have any plans to play or to bowl after high school at the next level? Maybe? Okay. All right. Good deal.
Yeah, I'm looking around for the colleges around here that do.
I was
going
to ask that question. I don't think Eastern has a bowling team. I'm guessing that Kentucky. I've never heard anything about them having one. Where's the
Where
closest
is the
one,
closest?
Coach?
Yeah.
You give the coach or Mike the coach back there real quick.
Probably Union College.
Okay.
Their coach was actually there last week. They were there. He was there Thursday and Friday. Then Midway actually hosts the Bowler of the Year or something, some things like that. And a lot of the NAIA schools do that too.
Okay. Well, Coach, one question before we let you guys go. You talked about the tournament starting on Monday.
Yes, sir.
So what does that look like? So you all will go to Louisville. How many teams are left? And, for folks that are watching, this is a pretty big deal. How can they keep up with the scores? I know KHSAA with football and things like that, you can find maybe a live stream or whatever the case might be. For you all in the bowling tournament, is there a Twitter account or a Facebook where they can go to keep up to date with the scores?
The KHSAA has something like that. They should have something to that effect to get on there. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know how technology is. Same kind of thing in basketball. But there's 8 regions, and the top 2 make it. So I guess you kind of call it the bowling Sweet 16. So there'll be 16 teams there. Like I said, I don't know. They kind of have it.
We'll try to find that and post it out there to folks to keep up with it.
Yeah.
I don't know how well it works, like I say, because you know how technology goes.
Will you all go down Sunday night and stay the night? Or
we're going to discuss that probably tomorrow.
Okay.
I have to discuss it with our AD.
Yeah. Tell Jay to drop the hammer and let's get you guys
Jay.
the Ritz Carlton down there in Louisville and get you a
that
nice
sounds
stay.
good.
I mean, and I kind of wonder, how often does this happen? How long have you been coaching, and is this one of your best teams that you've had?
Yes, this is my 8th year coaching bowling here at Southern, and I don't think a team wise, I don't think another team's ever made it that I'm aware of. We've had a couple make it in the unified program.
Okay.
This is like the 3rd time technically if we've been to state, but we've had the unified twice. This is the first time my whole team, like team of 8, has made it. As far as I know in the county.
Yeah.
Well, good
Pretty
deal.
exciting. We got to talk to the guys.
Yeah.
You guys, you've had the mic. So talk to us. Do you have a superstition or anything fun that you can tell us, like before you set out on that bowling alley?
Got a song you listen to or a meal you eat? Go there and grab you a soft pretzel
Certain
from
socks
the...
you got to wear.
I don't really do anything special. Whenever I get there, I'll get myself a drink and maybe like a pretzel or some fries. But really, all I need to do is to go over there, have a couple laughs, and have some fun.
And stay loose.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anybody else have anything that they like to do before the match starts?
I just try to breathe. I don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
any superstitions.
That's usually
about it.
important. Breathing is very
Breathing is
important.
important.
I'm not
Like,
a
do you
superstitious
meditate or anything like that? You just
No, I try to take 4 breaths, 2 in and 2 out before I bowl. Like the last
Okay.
one I breathe out.
like right before you walk
Yeah.
up to bowl.
No,
Kinda like a-
I'm holding the ball.
Yeah, as he's getting ready
trying
to.
stand there, and I breathe in, I breathe out, I breathe in again, and then I start bowling as I breathe out again.
It's kind of like a free throw routine for a free throw shooter. You got your little thing that you do, and that's something similar to that.
All right. Keep going. Hurry.
I just go up there and bowl.
He
Really.
just
I
chucks
don't-
the ball down the
I don't
line.
have a I don't have a routine.
That's what I do too.
Listen to music.
Got a favorite? Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
that's what I've
Probably top 3.
My man right here. You got it.
He's
I
been
mean-
dying to get the mic,
I don't really,
Cut him off.
and now he's
Copeland.
gonna get.
I don't really think that I have a like superstition or anything. I don't have like a warm up or anything. I just go out there,
do your thing.
bowl. Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, good luck next
Yeah.
Monday morning, and we'll try to find a link where folks can either watch or somehow be able to keep up with the scores as you all are updated, and hopefully bring home a state championship. It'd
I
be
know.
pretty cool.
These
for
guys may
Madison
not be
Southern
able to watch the Super Bowl. Y'all got to get to bed early because Monday is a big day.
Well,
Oh,
good.
he's like, oh no, we're watching the Super Bowl.
All right, guys. Well, good luck next week, and look forward to seeing how things shake out for you. We'll step aside for our first commercial break. Lots more to get to here, and the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Don't go anywhere.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
The EKU men's and women's basketball teams are both looking to stake their claim as the top team in the Atlantic Sun Conference. And WBON TV is excited to bring you live, free over-the-air coverage of Colonels basketball. Select games are set to air free over the air on WBON TV. For a complete list of those games, or to learn more about how you can watch, visit the WBON TV Facebook page or WBONTV.com. Sponsored by Chenault Vineyards, the Kentucky Public Service Commission, the City of Richmond, and Davis and Hammond PSC.
Richmond's very own TV station Signal is now stronger than ever. If you're enjoying free over-the-air TV, rescan your TV now for all the channels WBON TV offers, including Channel 9.1 with the AMG network featuring great programming like Forensic Files, Cheaters, plus live local sports and our daily Live at 5 local newscast. Channel 9 99.2 with the Buzzer Network. Enjoy your favorite game shows of yesteryear. Channel 9.3 is the Heartland Network with classic country and southern gospel music, The Crook and Chase Show, classic movies, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, and much more rural living programs. And Channel 9.4, that's Retro TV, featuring classic TV shows and movies you love and remember. For more information on over-the-air TV, visit our website, WBONTV.com, and click the Over-the-Air tab. Drop us a line today and let us know where and what you're watching. Email us at info@WBONTV.com.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins, and Samantha, there's a relatively big football game coming up this Sunday, and
Well, we just found out they're not going to bed early, the
no,
bowlers.
100% not.
They're going to stay up and watch.
That's a once a year type thing. You got to stay up and watch that game.
Yeah, I think Coach was a little bit like, no,
Have you
they
got,
need
you
to
got
get to
plans
bed.
for it yet?
Yes.
Are you going to this thing?
We
Okay.
are going to the
All right,
Maroon
let's talk to Chuck Harden here with the
Fund.
Maroon Fund.
Yes.
And Chuck, obviously, you know, this is something that has become a big deal with college athletics, you know, the NIL and everything else that's kind of involved with it. And you guys have done a really good job of stepping up here locally and helping build that for Eastern Kentucky University. So before we kind of get into what's going on with the football game on Sunday, talk a little bit about the Maroon Fund and kind of where things stand now, because I know that from what I've gathered, kind of each department or each, I guess, sport at Eastern kind of has its own budget for NIL things. And you guys are a big part of kind of making sure that the money goes to the right places, right?
That's correct. The Maroon Fund is the collective for EKU sports. So it's for all sports, just not one individual sport. We do men's basketball, women's basketball. We've done women's volleyball. We've done track and field. We've done EKU softball. Trying to think, maybe a couple other sports. Obviously, I haven't mentioned football because we've got the event coming up Sunday.
Right.
But
Beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball, and it's open to all sports. So if there's anybody that would like to donate to the NIL, the donations are welcome, and we'll use it for sports specific. A lot of our donations come in from businesses that are sports specific.
Yeah.
If it's a general donation, it goes into a general fund. But majority of the donations come in, somebody specifying, I want this to go to women's basketball.
And
or I
that's
want this.
allowed?
It's allowed, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's allowed.
Yeah.
You don't have to split
And honestly,
the
I
money.
mean, $5. I mean, anything can help. You know, try to, you know, bring in a player, keep a player. And again, I talk to the coaches about this all the time. We're in a day and age in college sports where you have got to have this Maroon Fund. You've got to have the NIL money. And you have to consistently, year in and year out, recruit your own players to stay. And that's just kind of the times that we're in with college athletics.
It is, and your major sports, like you said, football, men's and women's basketball, all those depend heavily on NIL. Coach Hamilton, Coach Todd, Coach Wells, they all need the NIL money. So they hope you support them, hope you do what you can to give donations to their funding for their programs. But like I said, we try to gear it around. There's an account for each program with the Maroon Fund. So if the funds come in, they get split separate and held for those specific sports and specific athletes in those individual sports.
You know, one thing I know a lot of times whenever you donate stuff, it's a tax. Is that a tax deductible thing with that, or is it more of just, you know, if you're an EKU sports fan, this is your way of giving back there?
It's basically a way of giving back. The IRS is actually deemed a collective as not a nonprofit or a charitable organization, because it's being done to promote a student athlete, and the student athlete lead is making money off of it. So it's not really a charitable organization. So the IRS does tax it. So unfortunately, there's not really a tax donation that you get. And obviously, most people, if you're an individual, you don't get a tax donation anyway because you're not itemizing. You're taking the standard deductions. A business, however, can do it as advertisement.
That's what I was getting ready to
so
get to.
A lot of our bigger sponsors actually do advertisements. Jack Burford Chevrolet here does advertisements with student athletes, and you've seen the billboards run out in front of the Coliseum with a football player on a billboard advertising the car dealership. So, you know, if you structure it as such, you still can get a tax benefit from it if it's advertising or some other way. So we try to work with the businesses, work with the athletes to help in each way. Some athletes even, if they're making enough money over the taxable, you know, $12,000 or so a year, $14,000 I think this year, they actually have us withhold taxes and send in quarterly statements so they don't get hit up at the end of the year because it's contract. They get a 1099 at the end of the year. So if they're over, they have to pay taxes on it.
Well, here's the thing about that. So if you're a restaurant and maybe you're just opening up here in Richmond or the Madison County area and you want to reach EKU students, how good is this idea? Hey, I'm going to have the quarterback of the football team or the starting center on the basketball team, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Tweet my restaurant. Come into my restaurant, take a picture eating a chicken wing or whatever the case might be. Had a great meal at so-and-so. And correct me if I'm wrong, you can also donate. There's groceries, gift cards, whatever the case might be to help these kids as well, right?
You can. Any of those donations work. We've done gift cards. We've done all kinds of different opportunities to donate for student athletes. I mean, so, it may be a nominal, $25, $50 gift card, or somebody may, we've had an apartment donated, which gets turned in.
Yeah.
So, so, it could be variety of different ways. If you want to help a student athlete and you've got a way and you want to promote you, let us know what you'd like to do. We can talk to you about it and try to push you in the right direction. So it could be any type of monetary donation, some type of other type of,
a Corvette.
A Corvette would be nice, yeah.
I'm going back to school if this is what's being handed.
I think I am too. I think I got a couple of years of eligibility left.
Exactly. And we've even talked before about even birthday parties.
Yes,
if you wanted the quarterback or, the running back, somebody, basketball players.
Well, these kids, just last weekend they had Youth Sports Day, and the crowd was incredible at the basketball game, and a lot of the kids stayed afterward to have autographs signed. How awesome would it be? Okay, you get your autograph by the basketball player, the football team, or whatever, and then 2 weeks later it's the kid's birthday. You get one of the basketball players to come out. It just makes the birthday party cool. Instead of having a clown, get you an EKU basketball player out there.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So a lot of and Samantha, this weekend we talked about the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday.
Right.
A big event coming up. You said you and John were going to go to it up there at the club portion, the newly renovated Baptist Health Arena, and we've both been inside of it now. It is an incredible new facility.
It is an incredible. But what I'm excited to see is this new facility because I've been to the games, but I have not been into this new part upstairs, the new club part. Talk to us about that and how, this all new renovation, I'm thankful it's done, right?
Yeah.
It's so excited. A lot of people haven't been there yet.
I've had an opportunity to go into it a couple times. It's very nice. So if you haven't been to it, this event's a great opportunity to come and see it. It is on the main level where you come into the Coliseum. It's in the, baseline area where of the court.
Where the big wall used to be.
Where the big wall, where the big wall used to be. It overlooks the court. They've got seats out that you can see the court. So it's all going to be opened up on Sunday night. You can come in, check it out. We're anticipating 150 to 160 people in attendance already. It's not too late. If you still want to come, you can. There's a link on EKU football social media. It was sent back out today.
Okay.
You can sign up through it. There's phone numbers posted also. You can call me or my son Zach. Our website is, our email address is maroonfunds@gmail.com. You could email us for more information. If you can't attend the event, there's also the barcode. You can just make a general donation.
Yeah.
And we've had a few donations made, too, where people can't come.
So it's going to be a fun night. Obviously, everybody's kind of getting together to watch the game, and nobody wants to watch the Super Bowl at home alone. Why not get together with EKU fans and just enjoy yourselves watching the big game and kind of give us a rundown? It's going to be food, and the pricing of tickets, what that gets you when you come in the door.
Okay. So we've got individual ticket. I think it's $200. A couple's $350. A table is $1250. A table is 8 people that you get for the table price. We're going to have food. It's kind of like Super Bowl food, appetizers, chicken wings, dips and chips of a couple of varieties, a couple of different varieties of sliders.
Okay, like tailgate-like food.
Yeah, tailgate-like food, some assorted desserts. It's going to have a cash bar available. You'll get a couple of drink tickets with your purchase of your table, but if somebody wants a drink, there's also unlimited soft drinks is included too. So all that's part of the package with the food being done by Aramark. At halftime, we're planning on doing the Jerry Goebel State Farm putting contest.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
yeah.
I heard somebody last week or this past weekend took it very seriously.
We were there. Yes. We were doing the game on WBON Saturday.
Close.
Mere inches from 5K from Jerry Goebel.
So there might be some good competition at halftime.
So we're going to figure out a way to give out prizes or money or something at the Super Bowl with the putting contest. probably going to do a squares where you pick the score and fill in the box and give out prizes. Won't be any type of so you're getting something back. You may get a jersey, you may get a helmet, you may get a EKU pullover, but we'll do that for a donation too. And the putting contest will have an amount for a donation, but you'll be able to watch it at halftime. Everybody upstairs can actually see the court. So if you're not participating in the putting contest at halftime, you can actually watch it. The game's going to be on the big screen.
That was my next question.
There's a big screen inside the new area, Baptist Health Arena. Then the stadium scoreboards are also supposed to be broadcasting the game along with the little TV monitors. So
that was good because I was wondering about that. Like, because sometimes you go into restaurants and you can watch it, but they don't have the sound on. So this you'll be able to watch it, have the sound on, because a lot of people want to watch the commercials.
Yes.
Well, listen, the broadcaster in me, I love listening to the commentators, and that's always a big deal too. Because like I said, whenever you go out to one of the restaurants here locally, sometimes they may have it on, sometimes they may not.
True.
But that's part of the experience of watching the Super Bowl, especially the commercials for this game are always so much more fun as well. So
and then, even Kendrick Lamar, he just won
He's not
5
bad.
Grammys last
he's not
night,
bad.
so it's pretty exciting. He's going to be the halftime entertainment. So a lot of people are going to be watching the putting, watching Kendrick. So
got a prediction?
You can
for
do
the
it
game?
both.
Chiefs.
Yeah, three-peat, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Well, it is history making, right?
I'm a Patriots fan. I'm a Tom Brady fan. I just hate to see Mahomes get so many championships so early in his career. But
wish the
it'll be
Bengals
hard.
were there.
Yeah,
Don't we all?
maybe sometime. Well, they were 2 years ago.
They
we
were,
gotta
they
get
were.
it all back.
They
yeah.
were, so.
Well, Chuck, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna try to get that link. If you got the link, you can text it to us. We'll post it on our Facebook page here. We'll get that out for you as well.
Yep, I'll send it to you tonight,
Okay.
and you'll have the link. And anybody, like I said, if you can't attend the event, but you'd still like to help, you can make any type of monetary donation on that little site. It's a Square app. You put in the amount, enter your information, you get a receipt back, and we appreciate any donations that come in. Hope everybody comes to the event. It should be a good night. Thank you.
Now, are there going to be, I don't want to say gambling, but are you going to be able to do you pull out a thing, and okay, you've got this team or you've got this team, or you know what I'm saying, like how they do the Derby at parties and things like that,
Unfortunately, with the ABC license and stuff.
That's what I was wondering.
That's what
People-
DraftKings and FanDuel and stuff is for.
I know, but I'm just thinking for us that don't want to put any money on the game, are we able
Well, that's
to?
not gambling then.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
But
it is for me because of bragging rights.
Well, after
a
this, we'll
pot
talk
for-
about gambling
for
after the show's
Chiefs and a
over.
pot for the Eagles, and you.
Yeah. So we're going to try
Maybe
to.
you drop one in. Who's going to win?
Yeah, that's why we're going to try to do the squares event where there's
Okay.
there's 100 open squares for a
Okay.
donation. You get to fill in your name and number, and we're going to give out prizes at the score. So it'd be the first quarter score, second quarter score,
there you
third
go.
quarter, and the end of the game.
But
So
basically, it's the last number of each team's first quarter score, and that's how you get your prizes.
yes,
out.
yes. So you get 100, 100 people fill out a thing, so everybody gets to
Okay.
play if they want to be involved, and so it'd be an opportunity. So, and if more than 100 want to do it, we'll probably have another board available to start
Yeah.
a second board.
So here's the
That's
thing, folks. You're
exciting.
going to watch the game. Why not go here, be with other Eastern Kentucky University sports fans, and supporting a good cause with the Maroon Fund? That's all
right.
coming up this
Starts
Sunday.
at 5:30.
Yes, 5:30. We'll have the link up for you here shortly. Once we get that from Chuck this evening, we will
Yes.
post that on the WBON TV Facebook page. So be sure to look for that. We'll step
That's
aside for the
right.
commercial break. Lots more to get to. Thanks, Chuck Harden, for coming over as well. We've got Carl Park, the Madison County Sports Hall of Fame, inducting a new class into that Hall of Fame later on in the spring. We'll talk to Carl about some of those athletes and teams going into the Hall of Fame when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
The EKU men's and women's basketball teams are both looking to stake their claim as the top team in the Atlantic Sun Conference. And WBON TV is excited to bring you live, free over-the-air coverage of Colonels basketball. Select games are set to air free over the air on WBON TV. For a complete list of those games, or to learn more about how you can watch, visit the WBON TV Facebook page or WBONTV.com. Sponsored by Chenault Vineyards, the Kentucky Public Service Commission, the City of Richmond, and Davis and Haymond PSC. Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins, and Samantha, we've got Carl Park, a member of the Madison County Sports Hall of Fame Board. And Carl, it's always an exciting time. This is our 4th class, right, going in?
Fourth
class going in. And we've been a part of it, being able to live stream, put these things on TV the last few years. It's always fun to be there and see some true Madison County legends entering the Madison County Sports Hall of Fame in our next class going in May, right?
Yeah, we've got 9 individuals and 6 teams. A couple of the entrants or the inductees are a little bit out of the box, but that doesn't detract from their worth. So we're looking forward to it.
All right, when you say that, a little bit out of the box, what should we expect from that?
I know one fella is a horseshoe champion.
Okay, yeah. So it's a sport that you may not
know so much
It's not as
about.
popular about basketball or whatever the case might be.
Got it. I love it, though, because I love the diversity and how you guys have really, and your committee have really just stepped outside of the box, like you said, to pick some of these individuals. Tell us about how you picked them.
Well, we have about 75 nominees every year, and we get together. We have a board of 12, and we have a couple of meetings. We get out all the nominees, and then we kind of get our top 15 or 20. Then we come back the next month, and we dive in and pick our choices. We feel like 9 is a good number. We could, we put 15 or 20 in per year, but it'd be a 5-hour ceremony. I don't think anybody's up for that. So we
Well, you got to give some excitement for next year, too.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. I've got 2, I won't divulge, but 2 people. One was a team, one was an individual. I thought for sure was going in this year. It didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll happen next year.
Because it's by voting,
by
right?
voting,
And
we
you
all vote. Yeah.
Well, and I like it that we've got. Last year we had Dominique.
Yeah.
This year we got Marquise, and it's guys that are young enough to appreciate what they're going into, and they can enjoy this. I mean, they can come back, this year, next, like Dominique come back this year, whatever the case might be, and man, I'm a member of this thing. I want to go to the next one.
Yeah, that's what
next
we
term, and let's outgrow Perkins and find us and build this thing. Let's have to use Baptist Healtheria next time we do this.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Marquise, I guess he and Dominique, the only 2 Kentucky Gatorade Players of the Year from
Central.
So that's quite an honor for him, and he was kind of an easy choice. He obviously started in high school and then had a good, I think it was a 2-year career. He decided to go early in the draft. Ended up playing overseas a little bit.
I think Cozart might have got Gatorade Player of the Year. We'll have to check on that. But now there's been so many good athletes. I mean, you think about Damian Harris played over at Madison Southern. Stalker was over there as well that went and played in the NFL. Warford was, an offensive lineman that played in the NFL. There's been so many good athletes, but it's not really about just your name and how far you make it. It's about your impact on the community as well, right?
That's correct. We've got several, as I mentioned, people that could go in, and they're going to go in. It's just a matter of time.
Well, let's talk about this.
Well, let me add one more thing, because when you say that and you add those names, there are people on the Facebook post that add the names hey, don't forget about such and such. Hey,
well, I
how
saw
about
someone
just
say
like you did.
Dominique Hawkins, question mark. Well, he was in there last year, but that just goes to show you too. You got to follow this thing because it's very cool. And before we talking about this year's class, talk about where folks can go and view the Hall of Fame. I know it's a part in the library, correct?
It is. Second floor of the library. They've donated entire room. We've got several more classes to go to fill it up, but that's quite a commitment on their part. But we've got a nice display of the plaques that we present them, and then we ask them to give it back because we give them a real nice award to take home with them. But they can go to the second floor of the library.
So this year's class, talk about it. You talked about the 9 individuals.
Yeah, tell us who they are.
You know, there's going to be some names. Marquise, you got Tony Cox, who's very popular. There's a few other ones, too, that folks are going to recognize as soon as you talk about their name.
Well, Tony's a natural. He's such a good guy, too. I know what you both probably know him. And he's had quite a career. He 3-year starter at Central, went to the Philadelphia Phillies farm organization. Then he played a couple of years. Then he came back, went to Vietnam. So he's a Vietnam veteran. Then he began his coaching career. And, gosh, he was at 7 different places. High school, and even ended up at Berea College as an assistant coach for Roland Ware Willie. So he's had quite a career. He's outstanding. I watched him play in high school. He's very, very good shortstop. Of course, that's one of the toughest places. Get a lot of up the middle in the hole.
And Tony's a bigger guy, too, so to play shortstop, that's pretty impressive for his size.
And when he took a throw from second, from the catcher, he would catch it with his glove, and then the ball wouldn't get in his glove. So he was quite adept at catching it, put his hand over tag, and that's kind of a different way to approach tagging somebody at second base. He's an outstanding person.
Okay. Got next?
We got Marquise, we mentioned, Gatorade Player of the Year, 2 years at Kentucky, went to the draft and ended up playing overseas, but he was all-region and second-team all-SEC in his career over there at UK. Ended up coaching a little bit at Dunbar High School and Georgetown College and Midway University.
Yeah, and Marquise, I remember him. I'm one of my favorite Kentucky players of all time because he was kind of one of the first guys that I remember being kind of a stretch four. He could shoot. He had some range on him on that jump shot.
Yeah.
So.
He was quite a contributor to Central's teams, of course, and then played quite a bit, obviously, at UK. So had a great career. Next is Rufus Harris. That's our horseshoe pitcher. He he was involved in all kinds of little league, senior league, baseball. His son played. Terry Harris was his son, and Jane Harris, who's Bill Klaus's wife, is his daughter. So he's got a little lineage here in the county. But Rufus started, I guess, outdoor activity. He ran in the Marine Corps Marathon at age 65.
Wow!
And then he picked up horseshoes, won the World Championship Senior Division in 1983. He's 69 years old, so that's quite a feat.
Man.
And then he was inducted into the Madison County Horseshoe Pitching and also the Kentucky Horseshoe Pitchers Hall of Fame. It has a state award named after him. So that's quite a
that is pretty impressive
for Rufus. Peggy Sawfield, her last name is Harris also. She was a swimmer at Model High School, swam, I think, from 1977 to 1981. She had several records that her length of not service, but her length of record was the 15 years in freestyle, 50 yards. So she had that record even after she had stopped competing.
That family, too, has a long lineage of swimmers.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and she's Tim Cahill's niece.
I would think, yes.
Yeah. Tim's going to go in at some point. Obviously, he had a great career, and she's just was selected to the Model Athletic Hall of Fame. So.
Actually, I was thinking niece, and then I thought, well, maybe it's sister-in-law. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Because Judy is his wife.
Yes,
or was
sister.
his wife.
Yes,
his sister-in-law. You're right.
Yes.
The next lady is from Berea High School. Mary Schubert Parker, quite a outstanding cross-country runner. She won the state, and she was high school All-American, and then for Berea High School. She went to Ohio State and competed for their team. She wanted to pursue a medical degree, which is great, and she got her doctor's degree. And kind of a neat thing, it's kind of sad too, but she was one of the folks that helped out with the recovery unit at 9/11.
Oh, wow, okay.
And, she served in the Army for 25 years, and she, I guess, retired as a colonel. So that's quite an honor for her.
Again, impact on the court or on the field and also off of it as well. And that's a bigger deal, I think.
Yeah, she's a very good nominee or inductee. Frankie Ray, this is one of my favorites. I know we all know. Yeah, he is something else. He's survived several heart problems, for one thing, but he taught in the school system for 49 years, Madison County. Started off at Kirksville High, or junior high, then transferred over to Central, where he coached football, girls basketball, and track and cross country. At age 39, he started running quite a bit, and he put in over 32,000 miles just running at different events.
Wow.
They had a group that met at Eastern and ran around the county, and it's kind of sad when he couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah. I ran half a mile today, and I was ready to just die over, so that's impressive.
He's ended up, he spent a few years as an assistant coach over at Berea. I didn't know that. But
I think he was recently the Grand Marshal.
That's right. I think
Madison
you're right.
Central's parade.
Yeah. He's a special guy. Yeah. Well, we're glad to honor Frankie. Eddie Simmons, this is kind of a new kid on the block for me. I didn't remember him playing at Madison High, but he played football and basketball. He's 2-year All-State, ended up at UK as a wide receiver, and he played 4 years over there at UK. And in high school, he also did the high jump, and he's ranked number 3 in the high jump in the state his senior year. Next is Brad Winkler, another baseball player from Madison Central. Brad, 3 years All-State, senior year is 1980, and he played 4 years for Mississippi State, started in center field, was All-American, All-SEC, NCAA All-Regional Tournament, did an outstanding job down there. He held 3 school career records that have since been broken, but he also played in the New York Yankees farm system for a few years.
Yeah, draft pick by the Yankees.
Yeah.
A lot of people will remember him recently as a Madison Middle School principal.
Right. Yeah. And he ended up his career, he coached 4 years of high school in Mississippi and led them to state finals in baseball. So he not only played, but was a good coach. Jerry Woolham. Jerry was one of the best athletes ever to play at Madison High in football. Played in 1957, 58. He was, back then they had a bowl game called the Recreation Bowl, and he's the most valuable player. And also first team All-State and All-South team as a senior at Madison High. Went to UK, and he started at UK at quarterback in 60, 61, 62. His junior year, he was having an outstanding year, and he broke his leg. He was leading the conference in passing yardage till that happened. But he ended up tied for the SEC lead in passing completions, and his career marks were 2,759 yards at UK, 11 TDs, and he hit 53.1% of his passes. He's a dentist now in Pineville. You remember Tuck?
Yeah.
So Tuck's is
very impressive. And there's 6 teams going in as well. We'll quickly get to those. We've got the 1950, 53, and 54 Berea Foundation High School boys swimming and diving teams who were the Kentucky High School co-champions. Now we also have the 69, 70, and 71 model girls swimming and diving teams who captured the state Class 2A state championship. So model in Berea getting some love in this Hall of Fame as well. And swim, you talked about some of the other sports. You got swimming here and talked about the horseshoe. It just goes to show you we've got tremendous athletes in the history. It's cool to kind of pull it all together and have this each and every single year as well.
We look forward to choosing the next class. I know last year we put Phyllis Adams in the Little League guru.
Impact on the
And
community.
she was quite a, I guess, a star in our community.
Yeah.
for
She
that.
is. Everybody knows Phyllis Adams.
They do. Everybody knows.
Absolutely.
Carl, before we let you go, give the folks where can they go to get more information about the Madison County Sports Hall of Fame, nominate somebody, donate, whatever the case
And what
might
they
be.
need to do if they want to nominate somebody. How
okay.
do they do that?
We've got a website. It's MCSHOF, Madison County Sports Hall of Fame.com. And we have a nomination form on there they can download and then send it back to the address.
Okay.
And they can also donate on there. We have several businesses around the community that help us out on providing what we need to do the banquet and the plaques and the banners. So we have a good community involvement with it. But March 15th is our ticket sales.
Okay.
And we're at Perkins Building again, and that seats about 280 to 300 people. We've filled it up the last 2 years. So with these teams, you never know with the team if they're still around or not. But it's going to be a full house. So I would encourage people to get on that website.
So when those tickets go live, you let us know, and then the induction ceremony will be May 17th at 5 p.m. again over at the Perkins Building. It's always so much fun. Looking forward to being part of that ceremony once again this year.
Yeah, we appreciate your all's help in doing the live stream there.
Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it, my man.
And thank you for all that you do,
Yeah,
putting all
and
this together.
listen,
You're in the committee.
Carl and they deserve to have their own wing in
needed.
the Hall of Fame, I think.
That's exactly right.
Can I name the committee real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
John Hamilton is our treasurer. Donna Lovell, secretary. John Lovell, historian. He's famous for his love of the history and the pictures. And Jack Frost is our founder. Leanne Browder does our tickets. Bill and Jane Klass are board members. Eugene Estel, I know you know Eugene. Karen Knezovich is on the board, and Sylvia Powell and Keith Taylor does the Berea.
Yeah, the citizens.
Yeah. So we've got a good board.
There you go. Well, folks, we'll step aside for our final commercial break. Appreciate Carl coming over to give us an update on the next class of inductees going into the Madison County Sports Hall of Fame. We've got more to get to.
Congratulations.
Oh,
That's so
for sure.
exciting.
So much fun, too. It's a big time coming up later on this spring. We'll be right back. When we come back, we'll look at a couple of big wins for EKU basketball and dive deeper into the weekend on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
The EKU men's and women's basketball teams are both looking to stake their claim as the top team in the Atlantic Sun Conference, and WBON TV is excited to bring you live, free over-the-air coverage of Colonels basketball. Select games are set to air free over the air on WBON TV. For a complete list of those games, or to learn more about how you can watch, visit the WBON TV Facebook page or WBONTV.com. Sponsored by Chenault Vineyards, the Kentucky Public Service Commission, the City of Richmond, and Davis and Heyman's PSC. We're back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show and going to quickly wrap up the show, but do want to kind of fill you in on what things are going to look like when we go off the air here on WBON TV and over on our Facebook page. On the Facebook page, we are going to have a restream of those EKU games that aired on WBON TV from over the weekend. Colonels got a win on the girls' side and on the men's side. The men's game coming down to the wire, a fun one
So
at
you're gonna
Baptist
wanna
Health
watch
Arena.
it.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
You're
And
gonna wanna
again,
watch it.
if you missed the action from this weekend, check it out coming up following our show on the WBON TV Facebook page, a restream of the EKU women versus North Florida and the men taking on Austin Peay. 2 big wins for the Colonels over the weekend.
Boy,
Samantha.
that last minute of the game
Yeah,
was
down,
awesome.
nail biting.
Yeah, it was.
A lot more fun than that Kentucky game was on Saturday night, right?
Yeah, see, I was listening to it in the car because I was headed to the Kentucky game.
Yeah.
But we were listening and cheering.
A lot of fun, a lot of fun. And if you are looking for some more action this week, tomorrow night, Madison Central versus North Laurel. And right now, there are 2 big games on Friday night. We're trying to work it out to get both on WBON TV. So hopefully we can get that worked out. Friday
when you
night,
say
it's
Central and North Laurel, that's
Central,
girls.
that's the boys tomorrow
Boys
night too.
and
So the
girls.
boys are playing at home. The girls are
Girls are
playing North
away.
Laurel on the road. That's a big one there. But on
Who
the,
just
on
lost their first
game. Yeah. So that game, Central hasn't
and
lost
Central
a game
hasn't
yet.
Lost. Oh,
Yeah, so
do
knock
that.
on wood.
Come on.
And it's really for Central's girls. They got 2 big ones this week. Got
Yes.
North Laurel, who just lost their first game
To Pikeville.
over the weekend. That's tomorrow night. And then on Friday, they welcome in 11th region foe Frederick Douglass, which is a
Right.
very good team as well. So that's going to be a big one on Friday. Also on Friday, Berea, Madison Southern girls.
Right.
So there's 2 big ones on Friday. We're trying to get that worked out to where we can maybe do both of those on Friday night, but still some kinks to work out there. If not, we'll probably just have the Berea Southern game on the girls' side Friday night. So a couple of big games coming up this week, and
Right.
we've had so much fun doing these EKU games. So
That's right.
if you did not get a chance to watch, or maybe you were at the game, you want to relive those moments with EKU women and
Yeah, we gave away the
men,
ending.
It's going to be a lot of fun to look back at those,
Less
some
stress.
highlight plays.
That's
Well,
right.
you already know the outcome on the women's side. It was a blowout, but on the men's side, a lot of fun for Coach A.W. Hamilton and his team.
And excited that he just gave Jake
Kimball.
Feldhouse
Oh, and a scholarship
a
offer.
little scholarship offer. It's
that
exciting.
young man, huge week. He had in 3 games, averaged 30 points.
Yeah,
had a
all 3
huge
games.
game again
3 out
Friday
of 4
night.
games.
And it's really impressive the way he's playing in so many. On Thursday night, he got to the free throw line 16 times, made 15 of them.
Yeah.
On Friday,
The
he
threes.
hit 5 of 8 3-point attempts. So I mean, he's just doing it in so many different
Yeah.
ways, and that young
It's
man
so
deserved to
fun
have
to
a scholarship
watch.
offer for sure.
So fun
Yeah.
to watch. You know what? They need to bring in a golf coach too. Can you do? We can talk about that another time. We got to get him on the show.
Well, we'll step aside and end things
Basketball,
here.
golf.
The EKU men's and women's games are about to restream here on our Facebook page, so be sure to stay tuned for that. We'll get you back to regular programming on Channel 9. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next Monday on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.